introduce our next speaker, Lindsay Angelo. Lindsay is a growth strategist, futurist, and TEDx speaker. Named a woman to watch and global innovation leader, she partners with brands to build their strategic thinking capabilities, and craft their own growth strategies. She contributes to a variety of media houses, including CBC, the Globe and Mail, Retail Executive, and the National Post. Please help me in welcome Lindsay Angelo.
Thanks, Mike. All right, thank you, Mike. So I am super excited to be joining all of you today. First and foremost, a big thank you to the New Jersey Bankers Association, Mike, Jessica, Wonder Woman in the back there, and team. Thank you for bringing us all together today. I'd invite us to celebrate that. Let's give it up for the team. So I'm Lindsay Angelo. My pronouns are her and she, and I'm a growth strategist and a futurist. So what does that mean? That means working with purpose-driven brands to deliver insights and foresights and help craft their growth strategies. I met a lovely gentleman at the cocktail reception last night, and in sharing that I was a futurist, he asked if that meant that I could fortune tell. I'm going to share right now, I'd be remiss to tell all of your fortunes today, but what I can do is shed light on the future consumer. I can't take full credit for what I'm about to share today. I have a small and mighty team, including a chief trend sniffer. Reagan is a rescue. I adopted Reagan about 9 months ago. Any animal lovers in the room or animal owners? Yeah, I love that, about half the room. So Reagan hasn't always been as full-furred and confident like you see in this picture here. When I first got him about 9 months ago, he was a scrawny, fearful little guy with a patchy coat. And he reminds me every day how quickly things change. And I want to acknowledge the change that's unfolded over the past few years. It's been a journey. What the events of the past few years, I think, punctuate for me is the need for continued adaptation. And for those of us serving a consumer, to answer the question, what's the future of consumerism? Today, I'd like to flip the script and ask, what's your role, both as a brand and as a business leader, in creating that future? But first, to warm up, take the next 20 seconds to answer the question you see on the screen here. So if you have a piece of paper, just jot down the first 1 to 2 things that come up for you when you see this question. The future consumer yearns to. I'm going to give you 20 seconds and tell you when it's time. All right, so this is something we're going to come back to. So this is a big question, I think, on many of our minds, and certainly as a futurist, one I've given a lot of thought to. We've entered a new era of consumerism. So the pandemic has bred a consumer whose emotions, behaviors, spending habits have shifted. And now that we're in kind of more of an endemic state, we're seeing the next iteration of that consumer evolve. So we need to adapt our brands to serve that new consumer, both now and into the future. So the game plan for today is to glimpse into the state of consumerism, 5 trends embodying the post-pandemic consumer, the mega trend binding them, and where the opportunity lies for your brand. So Tazo Tea, a great tea success story, retail tea brand success story, this past August announced a transformation to a regenerative brand, actively creating healing both on a social and a planetary level. To communicate this, they created a regenerative TikTok ad that I'm going to come back to a little bit later on. I want to acknowledge all of you for showing up today and being in this conversation. A very special thank you to the New Jersey Bankers Association for enabling that. Part of my purpose is to inspire more brands to think like this and show up like this. I think the more we can do that, the greater the collective impact we can have. I'd love to stay connected to all of you. I do not do business cards anymore, nor do I have cannabis gummies, but I do have a QR code, so we're gonna end with some QR magic. If you take out your phones and you point your phone at this QR code, it will direct you to my LinkedIn. And by doing that, you'll be entered into a draw for 5 free registrations to my Strategic Thinking Masterclass, something that I'm super excited about. I launched in collaboration with Lululemon last year and have just opened it up. So we'll be announcing winners in the next couple of days. Thank you for your ear, your time. That is a pleasure I don't take for granted, and for that I'm grateful. Thank you.